Any local, state, or national issues you'd like to discuss today?
Well, I think the one is that justice should be for everyone equally, and insofar as some people don't get, and we know one of the areas is racial justice, both in the process of courts and charging. I don't know anything peculiar to Fremont, so I don't have a particular issue with Fremont, but my issue is rather that we as people who are light-skinned, we get privileges. I believe that we get a pass. If a mob of blacks would have been charging the Capitol, for instance, on January 6th, they would not have been treated the way that the whites, assumption was made that white people were not a threat to them, apparently. Or at least some must have thought that. But I'm quite sure if blacks would have been charging the Capitol and breaking down the door, there would have been a much more powerful, a much more brutal response.
Yeah.
That's probably it for today.
Oh, for you is, do you have any word that you like to express, words you like to express, any local issues? Any local issues, state issues, or national issues?
Hey Tom, show him your sign.
Yeah.
Tell him about QAnon.
Let's talk about QAnon. People that think that Democrats eat children and we drink their blood and we have sex orgies. That's craziness, isn't it?
That is, yes.
Yeah, 1 out of 5, if you watch 60 Minutes, 1 out of 5 Catholics believe that filth. 1 out of 5, 1 out of 4 evangelicals believe that garbage. Imagine walking into a church, pretending you're a Christian, and you believe that crap about your fellow men. So when you sit in that church, look down that row, count down to 4. If you're an evangelical, that 4th person, evidently that's the one that believes that Democrats eat children. And if you're Catholic, sit in that church, count down every 5 people, and there's a QAnon supporter there. And these people believe that Democrats evidently kill children when we drink their blood. We have all kinds of orgies. We sell children, buy them and sell them. The QAnon is the most evil conspiracy theory ever devised by any human being, and now it's being adopted as kind of a mainstream garbage and filth.
Yeah.
So you oppose it just like you oppose the Nazi party. You oppose the QAnon crap, and you call these people out for the hypocrites and the horrible people that they are. There's no good people that believe in QAnon. You have to have a diseased mind.
Yeah.
You have to, I don't want to even say mentally ill.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of mental illness. QAnon goes beyond mental illness. It goes on to being a diseased mind. I hate to say it, but that's the truth.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm here on the corner. I'm not going to allow this kind of crap to overtake my country. So anybody that believes in QAnon, you don't believe in this country, you don't believe in God, you don't believe in anything that makes any logical sense. You believed in insanity, and as you say, QAnon is insanity.
Yeah.
And evil.
Anything else?
Nope. That's all I got, man.
Thank you very much. Do you have any thoughts, opinions, or words on local, state, or national issues today?
Well, I'm concerned actually about an international issue. That's why I'm carrying this sign and why we have this big banner here. Now, there was a new treaty that went into international law, and it's the Nuclear Ban Treaty. It makes nuclear weapons illegal. The United States hasn't signed it yet, and we hope that someday it will. So that's one issue that we're concerned about. And as you can see over here, we've got a post office sign. Many of us in our group are very concerned that we preserve good, reliable, affordable postal service for our communities. It's especially true for small communities and the rural, the farm country around us. Because if it becomes privatized someday, you know that those private companies won't serve the people out in the country the way they do, the way the post office does now. We need to fight for a good post office. In fact, you know, Matt, a post office is a sign of a functioning democracy. If we let that go and don't have reliable service, we're going to be like some developing country.
Yeah.
We are a developed country, we're a wealthy country. This is a service that our government should guarantee for us. And they're falling down on the job. So I know that today Postmaster DeJoy is in a hearing. Congress has been asking him questions. And I hope that Congress comes up with some solutions and holds his feet to the fire.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else like that?
Well, that's enough from me today.
Okay, thank you very much.
Matt, I was really disappointed to hear, I think it was yesterday or the day before, that I heard that the police officers that killed Daniel Prude in Rochester will not be indicted. The grand jury decided not to indict them. And when you see what happened to Daniel Prude last year, it's hard for me to imagine how no one can be held responsible for that. That he was he had a mental disturbance, basically, and he could have been handled and should have been handled differently. There was no reason to hold him down to the pavement until he died. It was a horrible thing.
Yeah.
I'm so sad about that. We need better accountability for the police, and then we also need better services to address his emergency. Some communities are having mental health workers come with the police to the scene to help that person and talk them down from whatever is going on, whatever is bothering them. And that would be the safer and much more responsible and compassionate thing to do. Because a mental health worker knows how to talk with someone when they're having an emergency and not criminalize it.
Yeah.
So I'm very concerned that those police officers were not held accountable and that the city of Rochester is doing nothing to address that. So that's new news this week, and it makes me sad.
Yeah.
Down here, Margaret is carrying a Say Their Names sign where she has many names on there, and the Black Lives Matter sign is posted by us. We continue to carry that message here when we come each week. The Black Lives Matter message.
Yeah, definitely. What are your thoughts, opinions, and experiences with today's local, state, and national or international issues?
Well, I'm associated with these nice people of peace and justice. So I think if we're going to change the world, it's going to be with these people right here. So, you know, as for the big changes, usually they never come from the top, they come from the bottom up. So that's why I'm out here with these great people. So. But, you know, our country is at a grave period here where democracy is shown to be a fragile thing, and it needs to be strengthened to keep it going. We all have to do our share to keep it going. You know, naturally, everybody, it seems like the elections, you know, of course we have voter suppression built into our system where you know, they try to control who's voting, you know. It's not like everybody has to vote. Everybody has to say how they feel or what they would like to, what they prefer to see happen, you know.
Yeah.
But naturally, there's wars all over the world. We're still, our government still supports the Saudi Arabia. That's an unjust nation over there, unjust rulers and leaders, and we hang out with our leaders. Hang out with them, you know, because the war is a good business for some people. You know, it's a big money maker. So our country makes a lot of money selling the weapons of war, and so But anyways, we're confronted with climate change. That's the issue of our time. Naturally, everywhere you look, you know, now we had the Dallas, Texas freeze out, you know, or Texas gets 12 inches of snow and below freezing temperatures for a week, and they're, you know, it's a major catastrophe. I mean, we have wildfires, you see tornadoes, you see all over the world.
Yeah.
So we have to get off fossil fuels, but naturally, these people within the fossil fuel industry have so much money that they control our politicians and our government. They, the oligarchs are in charge right now. Corporate American oligarchs seem to be running the show here right now. But with the climate change issues, we all have to band together and make radical changes. So, but that's it. We got the COVID going.
Yeah.
We need to get the vaccines distributed, you know, not only in this country, but in the poor countries around the world. But especially in this country, you know, the different people are more vulnerable. You know, the black and brown people are more vulnerable to the COVID naturally. You know, they don't. I've never really heard them talk much about getting our prisoners vaccinated in prisons. You know, they have you know, congregate living. You know, they can't social distance, all that stuff. They don't even talk about getting those guys vaccinated. I mean, we all are. You know, we're all our brother's keeper. You know, all these people in prison, 98% of them will get out. You know, so when they get out, you know, what are they going to remember about the system that they're involved with, you know? Very true. So,
very true. Anything else?
No, that's good.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much, sir.
I'd like to encourage everyone for two things especially. Please call your congressman, write to your congressman about getting rid of the filibuster. The Democrats need to get rid of the filibuster in order to get their agenda passed. I do not believe that the Republicans are going in the direction of wanting to really work with them. And the second thing is that the Democrats should be supporting their progressive members more than they are now. And they really, really need to support the progressive movement in their party going into the future. That's very important for the sustainability of the Democratic Party even. I do believe that. So I encourage everyone, become active, talk to your congressman, write your congressman, right? Give them your, you know, tell them how you feel, right? Let them know.
Okay. Do you have any thoughts or opinions about local, state, or national or international issues of the day?
Well, the main thing is I think we need to try to get the two systems to come together, the two political parties. It seems like when one is in power, the other one is just trying to spread so much hate. There's so many people right now that are almost like making it impossible for Biden to do what he wants to do, and that's not going to help anybody. The other thing, of course, I have the sign right here, hung for peace, that we definitely need to have a lot more peace and everything. We've been constantly in wars, and it just doesn't work. Having another war is not going to solve the problem, and that seems to be worldwide. So that'd be the main things probably. So.
Anything else like that?
What's that?
Anything else?
No, not for right now, probably.
Okay.
All right, thank you.